A very good morning to all of you. Welcome to another YouTube live session with me, Srijit Kakkar. Today is Sunday, 11th of August, 2019. And today we have a session where I'll be getting into what are all the resources which are available or the resources which we provide to you people. The reason I'm doing this session is because, this week I got a lot of questions. I got a lot of calls from different people. Uh, who are looking for these answers, right? Because everyone would be at a different level of understanding of the demand and supply methodology, or maybe they are wanting to start with learning the demand and supply methodology. So because I got quite a few questions, plus also some modifications have been made to TradingView. So that is the primary platform which we use for our analysis. So I would also like to cover what has happened after those modifications made to the TradingView platform, and now if you want to access some of the resources which we created for you, how you can do that. So let's get started now. Before we move forward, yes, I don't think today we'll be getting into looking at some levels, but just in case we are done with this session, the resources I want to talk about a little early, then we can definitely go into looking at the major markets as well. So in case we go to the major markets, the risk disclaimer which I would like to add is that just because I'm identifying some demand areas, supply areas, that does not make them as tradable zones, because when I do the analysis, we don't go through the complete process. We just look at some of the levels on different markets. Now, these levels, they might match with your trade plan, they might not match it with your trade plan. So whatever is matching with your trade plan, yes, if you want to go ahead, and because it is your part of it's a part of your trade plan, you want to take those trades, acceptable. If you don't want to take them, again, acceptable. You will have to do your risk management. You will have to see what matches with your trade plan and what does not match with your trade plan. Now, moving forward, like I have been doing every other session, I've been giving away a live simulation session giveaway coupon. So what is this coupon? Basically, today when I go through all the resources, you will see that we have some live sessions which we do every week, right? We have 3 live sessions every week. Two of those sessions are called as live simulation sessions, wherein I give some ready-made trading ideas. We go through the complete step-by-step mechanical process, how to identify trading opportunities, and you will get access to that session to preview what do we do in those sessions, so that if it clicks with you, you want to join it, yes, you can subscribe with us and you can join it. Or otherwise, if you just want to have an idea of what this methodology is all about, you would also be able to experience that. Now, how can you win that live simulation session giveaway coupon? Now, some of the important things. One, if you've still not subscribed, make sure you subscribe to my channel so that whenever a new video is uploaded or whenever I'm doing the next live session, you'll get the notification for it. There is also another reason, because I have said this in the past, that initially I was not promoting my channel a lot, but yes, now I'm trying to promote my channel, because of which I've set a target of 1 lakh YouTube subscribers, wherein once I reach that 1 lakh YouTube subscribers, I'll be sharing the trading ideas on YouTube well in advance, even before the markets they open. And I'll be sharing those trading ideas with all of you. But for that, I have kept a target, which is to reach 1 lakh YouTube subscribers. So the only way we can reach that target is you people subscribe for it, share it with your friends, share it with your fellow traders. If you're on some trading group, you can share there. And the more number of people joining in, the sooner we'll be reaching that target. And the sooner I start sharing those trading ideas. And yes, if you find these videos helpful to you, definitely I would appreciate if you can click the like button. And yes, the way to win that giveaway coupon is you need to leave a comment on this video. So what I do is every session I go through all the comments which I've received, and then I pick a random winner from those comments, and that person gets the giveaway coupon. So this is the most important step you need to do, which is you need to leave a comment regarding anything, right? It can be whether you like the video, you didn't like the video. It can be regarding if you have any questions, you have any queries. It can be just a hello, right? It can be anything. So you just need to leave some comments, and I'll be picking a random winner from those comments. And yes, I would also appreciate if you can share. Like I said, the more number of people subscribing, the sooner I start sharing those trading ideas on YouTube, and definitely the winner will be announced during the next YouTube live session. So winner from the previous week, which was the 4th of August session, is Manoj Kumar. So his question is, thank you for your awesome session. I would like to know that do you provide any interactive sessions with your students to clear the doubts if they have? So can you see this question is also almost on the same grounds, which I was talking about. I also got few calls this week, asking almost similar things. So that's the reason I thought, why not to do a session which would be from the scratch, taking into consideration somebody who has no understanding of the of these markets, how to trade, and what all resources we provide to you, take you from a person who doesn't know anything to a person who is now planning trades in a very mechanical and a rule based way, and able to take trades, right? So we'll start from them, and we'll see what are all the resources we have available to you. And is the POS Plus Telegram group permanent, or only for the subscription period? So I'll answer all these questions. But like I said, once we move forward, I'll answer all these questions, and I'll show you all the resources which are available to you people. And yes, I have already done this big announcement a few weeks ago, that the trading simulation ideas. So the trading ideas, like if I just show you some of these, I'll have to log in. Just give me a second. Anyways, so probably I'll show you later, right? Because I guess I'm logged in with a different account as of now, just to show you some of the features. But yes, what happens is I do share some trading ideas even before the markets they open, wherein we talk about where should be the entry, the stop loss, the targets. These are the trading ideas which I share with the POS Plus members during their subscription period. But what I did was that I extended this offer till 31st of December 2019 through the POS Plus Telegram group. So if you're a POS Plus subscriber and you've still not joined the Telegram group, just send us an email with your registered email address and your Telegram username. We'll add you to that group, and you will remain part of that group forever. So that also answers this question, which was from Manoj. That is the membership permanent? Yes, once you join the POS Plus group, you will remain part of that group forever. And even if your 30 days or 60-day subscription expires, we don't remove you from that group, right? So that answers that. And yes, till 31st of December, I'll definitely be sharing the trading ideas on that POS Plus group. And like I was saying just some time back, that I'm also willing to share those trading ideas on YouTube to all of you till 31st of December. But the only condition here is that I'm looking for a target of 1 lakh YouTube subscribers. So the sooner we reach that number, the sooner I start sharing these trading ideas. All right, so let's get started now. And let's talk about what are all the resources available and what we should be doing. All right, so let's start with our website, which is surjitkakkar.com. The short URL is sk.coach, right? Let me also put that in the chat box. So if you want to visit the website and check all the courses and services available, you can go to this website, sk.coach. That is where you can go. And now let's get started. So what I'll do is I'll start with a situation, let's say a hypothetical situation that you are somebody who is interested in learning trading, and you have no trading background, right? You don't know even ABC of tradings, right? That is what we'll start with, to understand, what are the resources available which can take you from somebody who knows nothing to somebody who is now planning trades and taking trades in a very mechanical and rule-based way. So the first thing is, when you come to the website, first what you need to do is you need to log in, and to log in you'll have to create your account. So what you'll do is you'll click on this login button, and just give me a second. Give me a minute. All right, so once you click on that login button, it will take you to this page, and here you can click on register, right? And after clicking on register, you need to provide some details, and you can register to our website, which is your username, your first name, your email address, the password you want, and confirm your password. Just click on I'm not a robot and click on register, and you will be registered. Now, once you're registered, the first step you should be doing now, if you're starting as a fresher, what I'll say is, even if you have a lot of trading experience, still I'll say, at times what might happen is, you might get something new to learn. So the first thing you should be doing is, you can see that if you go to our courses and services, the first one is a free trading essentials course. Now, this is something which I highly recommend. This is a free course. You don't even have to pay a single rupee for it. It is available in both English as well as in Hindi language. So that should be the starting point. That as soon as you register, the first thing you should be doing is going through this course, which is the trading essentials. Now, if you talk about this course, you will see what are the topics available. Like here, you can see you'll have all these topics you'll be going through, right? So what are these topics? You'll be understanding the fundamentals. You'll be understanding what is fundamental analysis, what is technical analysis. You'll understand what is NSE, what is BSC, what is Nifty, what is Sensex. Understanding the terminologies, which is like what is bullish, what is bearish. Understanding how to place your entries, your stop loss, your targets, understanding what is long, what is short, what is reward to risk ratio, what are different kind of charts, your line chart, bar chart, candlestick chart, how to place your entries, stop loss, targets, even bracket orders, right? Understanding what is bid and ask, and also understanding what is happening in the NSE pre-open and the post-close session. So what this will do is, this will basically create your base, right? So it's almost like first you need to understand these terminologies, so that when you are getting into trading, you're also talking the same terminologies and you're understanding the same terminologies which a trader is using. So this will help you create your base. Once you're done with that, after that, you have two options. One is the POS course, the other one is the POS Plus course. So let's talk about both of them. Now, talking about POS and POS Plus, let me put it this way. So yes, talking about, just give me a second. Okay, so talking about POS and POS Plus, the course content for both of them is exactly the same, right? It's not that, here we are teaching something else, here we are teaching something else. So as far as the course content is concerned, it is exactly the same. The difference between the two is, this is just your theory. This is your theory plus practical sessions. Now, this is actually designed for somebody who already has a lot of trading experience, and they are only looking for learning the methodology, because they believe that once they learn the methodology, they will be able to apply the strategy all by themselves, right? They would not require any hand holding. So those are the people who go for POS. Now, at times, it can also be helpful, like just in case, if you first want to see whether you you like the methodology or not. And if you like the methodology, then you want to go for the live sessions, which we call as basically the practical sessions. That is also acceptable, because what happens is, after doing POS, from the date of POS registration, you get 15 days if you want to upgrade to POS Plus, wherein the amount which you paid for POS by default gets adjusted. You just pay the balance and you can upgrade to POS Plus, where now you'll also start getting the practical sessions. So what I'll do is, I'll hold on to the questions which I can see are coming up in the chat box. I'll answer all these questions at the end of the session, right? So we'll definitely get into it, but at the end of the session. So now what I'll do is, I'll start with POS Plus, because, like I said, the course content is exactly the same, but let's move to POS Plus. So what is going to happen is that as soon as you register, so let me do this. All right, so first what I'll do is, I'll log in. So I'll again click on login. So just give me a second. All right. All right, so I'm just trying to log into a demo account. Right. So as soon as you log in, you will get all this information, and you will also now see a tab that says members area. So in the members area tab, you have a lot of resources, but even if, before you start using this, this is what you need to do first. See, the first thing is, as a person who is trying to trade, where is the chat box? I can't see it. So Shailendra, you just typed into the chat box, right? So can you see whatever you've just typed in, you typed into the chat box, and I can read what you've just typed in. Anyways, so the first thing you should be doing is, can you see under the free tab, we have an option which says trading analysis. I mean, we also have an option which says trading accounts. If you still don't have a trading account, we have provided the link to a platform which is called as Fires. The reason is because, we use TradingView as our online platform, and TradingView, I mean, the Fires platform, their online platform is a TradingView. So which makes it a little easy, because you're basically analyzing on the same kind of platform and also placing your orders for the same kind of platform makes it easy for you. But yes, you can use any broker, doesn't make any difference. But yes, the first thing you should be doing is, even before you register, you can absolutely do this. Click on trading analysis. So what this does is, like I said, we need to have certain tools using which we can do our analysis. So this is where I have provided a video which will explain to you how to use all the tools, or how to set all the tools which are available on TradingView, so that I can start doing my analysis. And yes, if you want to open an account on TradingView, you can click here. You can open a free account. Even with the free account, you get live data for NSC. Now, one thing which has changed from this video is, let me show you. So once you create a free account on TradingView, so all you need to do is come to TradingView, or create a free account, and then click on charts. Now, once you click on charts, what you will see is that you will get these charts, which are the kind of charts we'll be using to do our analysis. Now, yes, coming back to the resources. Now, what happens is, to do demand and supply strategy, we use certain indicators. Now, these indicators are not available by default on any of the trading platform. These are some custom built indicators. Now, some time back, I'll say just few days back, what used to happen was that once you click on this indicator button and you search by my name, which is Surjit Kakkar, you would see the list of all the indicators available. But what TradingView has done, they have made some modifications to their platform, which is where now you only see the open source indicators. You don't see the other indicators. So now the first thing is, how do I get all those indicators? So this is how you get your indicators. Go to TradingView. All right. Now, this is very, very important for me to cover, because I know a lot of people now would be facing challenges with this. Because they won't be able to see the indicators. So yes, once you come to TradingView, what you need to do is, let's wait for this page to load. Click here, select scripts, right? That is what you need to do. And now search by my name, which is Surjit Kakkar, Surjit Kakkar. And once you do that, can you see it is still showing you just one single script, right? One single indicator. Now, can you see, like I said, TradingView has made some modifications that you only see open source indicators by default. So now what you need to do is, you need to click on this, and you will see this option will get disabled, and now you can see all the indicators. Now, how do I add these indicators to your chart? What you can do is click on all these indicators, like the boring candle indicator, scroll down, and you have an option which says add to favorite script, right? So click on this. Now, done with this one, let's move on to the second one, which is the explosive move indicator. Again, I'll do the same thing. Add to favorite scripts, right? Then I have the option HVIV, right? So whatever, right? Whatever these indicators are, you can just click on them, and then you can, okay, let me do this one. Let's say the demo demand and supply, and give me a second. And again, let's click on add to favorite scripts. So this is what you need to do. Whichever indicator you're interested in, first you have to click on it and add it to your favorite list. Now, when you get back to the charts, click on the indicators, right? And can you see now you have a tab that says favorites? Click on favorites, and this is where you'll be able to see all those indicators. And from here, you can add it to your chart. Example, if I want the boring candle indicator, now you will see all the boring candles are blue in color. If I want the explosive move indicator, you will see that all the explosive moves are now black in color, and you can see that. And similarly, if I want to try out the demo demand and supply indicator, now I just added the demo one, but the demo version only works on the daily chart. So if I disable these two, and if I go to the daily chart, and you will be able to see that On the daily chart, it's marking the demand and supply areas for me. So can you see demand zone, supply zone, supply zone. So it starts marking for me. So now this is the way how you will be getting these indicators. By default, it will not show you in the indicator list. You will have to search here. Like I said, you'll have to select scripts, search by my name, disable this option, and then you'll see the complete list. Add it to your favorite list, and then on the chart you can add it from that favorite list. So that is how you'll have to do it. Default settings for explosive. Okay, so like I said, we'll get into the Q&As once we are done with the session. Just give me a second. So that covers the very first resource, which is when you are doing when you want to trade, you need to analyze. So how can I analyze? You can analyze on TradingView, where you don't need to pay even a single rupee to open your account. You can have a free account with live NSE data feed, with all the indicators which we want. We have the boring candle. And now, again, I'll add that these indicators are absolutely free. Again, you don't even have to subscribe to any of my courses. You don't even have to register to my website. Even without registering to my website, if you want to use these indicators, you can use it. I have created these indicators publicly, free to everyone. Anyone who wants to use it can use it, right? I've just showed you the way how you can use these indicators, how you can add it to your charts. So that's the very first thing, that if you want to do your analysis, you need charts. Now you have the resources where the charts are available. You also need to have tools which can help you with your demand and supply analysis. You can see you have your boring candle explosive move indicator. You also need other tools as well, which is for drawing your demand areas and supply areas. Now, how that can be done, can you see the way I've drawn these zones? Everything is provided in this video, so make sure you go through this video to help you understand how to use TradingView, how to set the tools, and how to start with your analysis on the TradingView platform. So that's the very first resource which is available to you, which is the most important. You need to have a good a good platform to do your analysis with all the tools which we need, and everything is available to you on TradingView. Now, once you're done with that, the next step is that if I want to analyze, I would also like to shortlist some stocks, right? It's not that you can start looking at a very big list, right? Yes, later when you get more and more experience, it can be done. But can you see I've also created some stock scanners. Now, these scanners will help you shortlist scripts. So I have created for every purpose of trade, hourly income, daily income, weekly income, monthly income, and for both longs as well as shorts. Now, these scanners are also free scanners. So again, I'll add, you don't even have to register to my website. Just come to the website, click on the free section. You can use these scanners to shortlist stocks. Now, after shortlisting stocks, where do you do the analysis? We've already covered that. You can do your analysis by using TradingView. So can you see you have resources for each and every step which is required, and you will see I have a free version of it, I have a paid version of it. It's just that both versions will have different different advantages, right? Free, anyhow, the advantage is you don't even have to pay a single rupee for it. The paid versions are a little bit much more much more in sync with the demand and supply methodology. Like if you talk about these scanners are purely based on conventional technical analysis. They would definitely shortlist stocks for you, but they will shortlist stocks for you based on conventional technical analysis. So yes, we have covered where to do the analysis. We have covered how to shortlist scripts. Now, these are the free versions. Now, let me also talk about the other versions which are available. So if you come to all products, you will see that we have something which is called as our alert service. It is also available under the courses and services tab. You can see alerts. Now, what are these alerts? Now, these alerts is basically the only scanner available in the world as of today, which is based on your demand and supply methodology. So you can click here, you can click on alerts. You'll come to this page. You again have a video which completely explains to you what is the alert service all about. If you have some questions related to alerts, you can check it here. We also have some demo channels for the alert service. We have for NSE, MCX, and also for the international Forex. You can try those demo channels. So again, I'll add that this is the only demand and supplies zone scanner. So what this scanner basically does is that it is constantly monitoring a lot of scripts, and as soon as a quality demand zone or a quality supply zone gets formed on any of those scripts, you immediately get the alert through our Telegram channel. and you can then match that zone with your trade plan. If it matches with your trade plan, you have a trading opportunity. If it doesn't match with your trade plan, you just simply wait for the next alert to show up. Even if you're doing your analysis EOD, you can copy all those alerts. We have created an Excel sheet for you. You can copy there. You can filter out that I just want to see particular kind of alerts. And you can again have a list of stocks which you can look into EOD for your analysis for the next day. So again, I showed you the free resources. Now these are subscription-based resources. So you have your alert service, which is the only scanner, like I said, which is based on your demand and supply methodology. After that, if I go to all products, let's talk about all these products one by one. So we already talked about the scanners. Then we also have a demand and supply zone indicator. So like I just showed you here that, it is marking your demand zone, supply zones automatically. Instead of researching for these areas, the indicator does automatically for me. But what you can see is on the demo version, it only works on the daily chart. If I go to a 30 minutes chart, it's not going to mark any demand supply zones for me. If I go to the 60-minute chart, you will again see it's not going to mark any demand zone supply zones for me because this is the demo version. Now, if you want the indicator which works on all time frames, this is where you can register for it. And what I would also add is that with the alert service, you also get this demand and supply zone indicator complimentary. So example, if you're subscribing for 30 days alert, for 30 days, you get this indicator complimentary. If you're subscribing for alert for 60 days, with 60 days, you get this complimentary. Now, if you don't want the alerts, you just want the indicator, that is also possible. So can you see we have both the options open to you. With alerts, it is clubbed as a complimentary access to the indicator. Otherwise, if you just want the indicator, that can also be done. Now, this is the preview session which I was talking about, for which we are giving the giveaway coupon. So just in case you want to experience what we do in our live sessions, now this is where you can subscribe for it. Now, this would be definitely a paid subscription. But what happens is after going through this, if you feel, okay, this is what I want to learn, the amount which you paid for the preview session gets adjusted when you subscribe to the POS or the POS Plus course, and you get 7 days to upgrade to that POS or POS Plus course. If you don't upgrade in 7 days, you just paid for one single session and you're done with that session. So I've already talked about POS. That POS is just the theory. This is theory plus practicals. So yes, when you register for POS or POS Plus, what you will see is under members area, we have a tab which says My Courses. Now, once you go to My Courses, this is where you can see the courses you're registered for. Like example, I'm registered for the course which is POS Plus. These lessons are in English, and I'm registered for the morning session. So we have basically two batches. One is the morning session, one is the evening session. You can see the details on our website. But yes, example, if you register for the morning session, you'll click here. And now when I scroll down, you can see you have the basic lessons, you have the advanced lessons. You'll click on basic lessons. And you have all these lessons which are under the basic. You'll go lesson 1, you'll watch lesson 2, lesson 3, lesson 4, lesson 5, lesson 6. Then you can start with your advanced lessons. And that is how you'll be learning the complete strategy. Now, once you're done with learning the complete strategy, what is going to happen next is, now you want to practice that strategy. That is where those live sessions, they come into play, which is where we'll be having 3 sessions in a week. I'll just give you more details about those 3 sessions. So, but yes, this is the point where your actual understanding of the demand and supply methodology starts. But before you start with all these things, some of the prerequisite which you need to do is, like I talked about first, go to this trading analysis so that you can set up the platform to start doing your analysis. This is where you can shortlist some stocks. If you need some additional tools, yes, that is what you can register from all products, where you have the alert service, where you have the demand and supply zone scanners. But what I'll say is that those scanners and zones, zone indicator is not required early on, because first you need to know the methodology, learn the methodology. Once you're done with that, then you can move to the next step. Now, a very important thing which I want to touch upon is the question which I was talking about. I got during this week from quite a few people. That question was that, yes, I'm subscribing for the 30 days or the 60-day subscription. But what if my 30 days are over and my 60 days are over and I'm still having a lot of questions and a lot of queries? What kind of support will I get? Right. So that is something which is very, very important I want to cover in this session. All right. So the first thing which I want to show you is, so let's take the lower side, that you're only registering for the 30 days course. Now, when you register for the 30 days course, what happens is that during that 30 days period, every week you will be getting 3 sessions. Now, as an example, let's assume that you're registering for the morning session. So for the morning session, we have sessions on Monday, on Wednesday, and on Friday. Now, the Monday and the Wednesday session are your trading simulation sessions. So I'll call it as TS, trading simulations. And your Friday session is a Q&A session. Right. Now, if you think about it, during the 30 days, you will get 4 weeks, right? Which is where you're gonna have another trading simulation, and a Q&A session. Trading simulation, Q&A. 4th week, trading simulation, Q&A. So basically, you get 4 Q&A sessions and you get 8 trading and analysis sessions during your 30-day subscription. Now, even before you start with this, see, this is what you should be doing. Right? So let's talk about all the most important resources. Now, once you are registered, what you will see is that under members area, we have a tab that says recorded sessions. And once you click on this, because you're registered for, let's say, the morning session, click on this. And now you will see that you have access to an archive of all the sessions which I've done in the past. And currently we have an archive of almost over 2 years. So can you see this is the latest session, which was on 9th of August. Can you see all these recordings are available? If I probably go to the last one, page 29, let's see, where is it starting from? So can you see it's starting from October 2017. So October till October, one year. Then you have November, December, Jan, Feb, March, April, May, June, July, August. So you almost have about 10 months, right? 1 year and 10 months. So we can say close to 2 years. So you have an archive of almost 2 years of sessions available to you, right? So what I want to talk about here is, the first thing is, whenever you register, okay, just give me a second. Whenever you register, let's take an example. You're registering today, and today is 11th of August. So you're registering on 11th of August. So at the time of registration, you get an option that when do you want your live online sessions to start from? And the maximum date you can set in the future is 7 days in the future. So let's imagine you select that I want my live sessions to start from 18th of August. So what happens is now you have 7 days to complete your basic lessons and your advanced lessons. Now, if you talk about the complete duration of the basic and the advanced lessons, it's about 200 minutes, which is close to 3 hours, right? Which can easily be done in just one single day. Now, what do I do with the other days, right? So what you people should be doing is, like I said, we have an archive of almost close to 2 years, right? So let's do the mathematics. Let's bring up Calci. So talking about 4 sessions in a month, which is your Q&A sessions, right? Just 4 Q&A sessions you get in a month, multiplied by, let's say, 24 months, right? I'm just taking round as 2 years. So you have 96 Q&A sessions already available to you as pre-recorded. Now, if you think about it, when it comes to the methodology which I'm teaching, it's basically very simple methodology and few different things we do. Example, we do the curve analysis, we do the trend analysis, we do the demand and supply analysis, right? So it's not that we have hundreds and hundreds of things which we need to look into. It's very limited things which we need to look into. So the fact remains that during all these 96 sessions, the questions would always be pertaining to the same 6 or 7 or 8 topics, right? So whenever I get a question, it will be pertaining to that 6 topics, or those 7 topics, or those 8 topics. So it's not that every other session you will see a very unique question popping in, because the question would always be related to the methodology, and that methodology is a limited, maybe 8-9 different things which we do. So again, even if you go through, let's say, half of this recorded sessions, trust me, almost all your questions and queries and doubts will be cleared. Right now, can you see you have not yet started with the online sessions? Even before your online session starts, you will see that almost all your questions are already answered, right? So can you see you have a huge archive available to you? It's just that at times we don't take advantage of it. Now, this is just the Q&A sessions. Now, if you talk about the live simulation sessions, where you will be seeing practical examples, how we plan trades, right? From the scratch, from the beginning to the end. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 sessions in a month. Multiplied by 24, you have 192 pre-recorded sessions already available to you. So can you see 192 and 96 there? So you have a huge library of resources available to you, and the more you watch them, the better you start getting with the understanding. Yes, I know you'll only be having 3 sessions in a week, but the days you don't have the session, what can you do? You can go through some previous recorded sessions, and these sessions are not very long. I have kept the duration of these sessions to 1 hour, so taking out 1 hour is not an issue. So let's imagine, even if you're traveling, the time you're traveling, you can just log in through your smartphone, and you can watch these sessions, right? That can also be done, so you can utilize that time while you're traveling. So uh, again, can you see you have a huge archive available to you, approximately 192 trading and your trading simulation sessions, and about 96 Q&A sessions. Now that's a huge resource available to you, and like I said, once you go through even, let's say, 25% of these sessions, trust me, all your questions and queries are done. Now let's move to the next step. This is something which is already available to you pre-recorded, right? On top of that, like I just talked about, you get 8 live sessions, which is just the training simulation sessions, and 4 Q&A sessions available to you. Now, during your 30 days period, can you see, because of all these resources and because of these live sessions as well, where if you still have some questions which are still not answered, you can ask me, I'll help you with them. But let's assume you go through all these things, and now you practice for a month, or you practice for 2 months, and you still have some questions and queries. Now, what can you do? As a POS Plus member, like I talked about, that you can join the POS Plus Telegram group. Currently, we have about 250 members on that group, and people are generally helpful. So if you have any questions, you have any queries, you can always post it on that Telegram group, and you will see that people are generally very helpful. You will get a reply to your answers. So it's not just these resources, you also have people who can help you with your questions and queries. And now let's imagine that even after doing all these things, you still have certain questions. Then it's not required for you again to do a subscription of 30 days, or again to do a subscription of 60 days. What I've done is I've also made this process much easier for you and more economical for you. So once you come to all products, you will see we have a product which is called as uh, the Q&A session. So whenever you feel the need, in fact, if you look at the price, I guess it's just 500 plus taxes. So can you see, whenever you feel the need, let's imagine you have been practicing for a month, and now you have certain questions, just join in for a single Q&A session, right? Join the session live, ask your questions, you're done with that. So now, how many times can I take these sessions? As many times as you want. So in a way, you have what kind of support? You have that support available to you throughout your life. So whenever you feel that need, right, it's not that for only one single question you join it. What you do is keep practicing for a month, keep practicing for, let's say, maybe 2 months, keep noting down your questions. Once you have, let's say, 10, 20, maybe 15 questions, just join one single Q&A session, ask all your questions, I'll help you with that, and you're done with your questions and queries. So can you see, talking about the resources, the way we have designed this course, we have tried to take care of everything, that you have as much resources available to you as possible, and that you can see majority of those resources, we have also kept them absolutely free. So even if you don't join any of our courses, you can use the demand and supplies. I mean, you can use the boring and the explosive move indicator. You can use those TradingView platform, where you have all the charts, free NSE data. You can, and that to live NSE data. You can do your analysis. So all these resources are available. Let's see, did I miss anything else? All right. So can you see, we talked about my courses, where you will be going through the courses. We talked about all the recorded sessions which are available to you. Plus another very important thing which we called as trading idea. So what I'll do is, first I'll zoom out, because I don't want to show you the numbers, because this is only for the POS Plus subscribers. So like I was telling you that I share some trading ideas well in advance. So can you see, now today we are on 11th. So today in the evening, I'll be having an evening session. But can you see, these trades were already shared on Friday. So basically, these trades are for the week starting from Monday. So Monday, anyhow, the markets are off. So starting from Tuesday, if any of these trades, prices, they come to the level, and by the time prices, they come to the level, those trades are still matching with our trade plan, we'll simply go ahead and take those trades. So can you see, all these trades are shared well in advance. So can you see, 11th of August, then 7th, then 4th. So we have 2 trading simulation sessions, I told you, every week. So you'll see every week I'm sharing these trading ideas well in advance. And now the reason why am I sharing this in advance, because This gives you the opportunity to do your analysis even before you come to the session. So before you come to the session, you try to analyze it. And once you are trying to analyze it before coming to the session, what is going to happen is you will know what your challenges were. And then you can ask me your challenges during the sessions, or when I do the analysis, most of your challenges will be taken care of. You'll understand how the process was supposed to be done, and you start reducing your learning curve. Now, if I give you these trading ideas right when I start with the session, what is going to happen is you have not yet gone through those trades all by yourself, and only I'm helping you with that. We don't learn as good as it can be. So if you're trying to do it first by yourself and then you see me doing it for you, at least you would understand where you got stuck, and when I do it for you, you will understand how the process was supposed to be done. So can you see, you have all these trading ideas, and these are the trading ideas I was talking about, that these are shared well in advance as of now only with the POS Plus members. But yes, if I reach that 1 lakh YouTube subscriber target, I'll start sharing it on YouTube as well. And can you see, these trading ideas are shared well in advance. So let's move ahead to something else. So let's go back to my courses. All right, so can you see, I'm trying to give you as much resources possible to shorten your learning curve, and you can reach that goal as soon as possible. So we just talked about my courses, where you will be going through your complete course. We talked about the recorded sessions. We talked about the training ideas. Plus, on top of that, you will see on download section, I have created a lot of tools for you. Now, these tools will also help you with your analysis. Example, you can see we have the alert filter. So if you're subscribing for the alerts, this is the filter sheet I was talking about. We have a flow chart. Now, what is this flow chart? This flow chart is basically the step-by-step process which you need to follow while you're planning your trades. This is IV Excel sheet. Now, this is an indicator which can help you with options. So I just created it some time back. All the POS Plus members have access to it, but we have not yet started with the options course. But if you understand options, yes, you can use this one to understand the pricing of the options. Are they expensive, very expensive, cheap, very cheap, or fair priced? Now, when you're done with the trade, right, you also need to understand and analyze, whether you did the trade correctly or not. So this is your post-trade study, right? You have to rate yourself. How did you go about when you were planning that trade? This is the rule book. Now, this rule book is the complete encyclopedia of the demand and supply methodology. So even after your 30 days or 60 days subscription, yes, you do not have access to the videos, the basic and the advanced lessons. But again, a very big resource. Now, this is your complete encyclopedia of the methodology. So whenever you want to revise, you can always look into this rule book. You can revise the complete methodology. We have a smart Excel sheet. So when we plan trades, we use very mechanical way, like I told you, to rate our zones. So this is that smart Excel sheet which helps you rating your zones. Plus, you can also use this Excel sheet to keep your trade log. If you're trading futures, how to do your position size. So video is also available. You can watch that video. That will help you understand what this is all about. If you don't want to use, let's say, any of the scanners, you want to have just a watch list for you. So can you see, I've also created a watch list which you can download, and you can add those those scripts into your watch list, and you can only look at those scripts. We also have another Excel sheet which we use during the live session to do the analysis. So that is also available in the download section. So can you see, all these resources are available. And let me see, did I miss upon anything? So we talked about, if you want to open an account, we talked about trading analysis. We also talked about the scanners. We also talked about the courses which are available, starting from the trading essentials and to the alert service. And let me now just go through all products and see, did I miss anything? All right, so we talked about the alert service. We talked about the indicators. I talked about the previous session. POS is just the theory access. This is theory as well as the practical sessions. This is the Q&A sessions. And yes, we also talked about this. So in a way, I've covered all the resources which are available and how you should be going about it, right? We talked about it step by step. So the first step would always be the Trading Essentials course. After that, you can subscribe for our courses if you want to move ahead. Watch as many recorded sessions as possible. Do your basic lessons, do your advanced lessons, right? And that's the process of learning the complete demand and supply methodology. Now, let me go through the Q&As, right? The queries which I have in the chat box. All right. So very good morning again to all of you. I wanted to know how much percentage when this course but I know from other side, but I need to know from you. See, the first thing I'll add, Tapu, here is that, people are always running behind hit rate. And what I always say is that that's the wrong train you're trying to catch. So when it comes to trading, hit rate is not what you should be focusing on. When it comes to trading, the reward to risk ratio is what you should be focusing on. I'll just give you a quick example. So let's imagine I'm taking a risk of 10,000 rupees per trade, and I'm exiting with a profit of 1,000 rupees. So this is my risk and this is my reward. Now, if I'm doing something like this, even if I'm right 90% of the times, I'll still be a losing trader. Why? Because every time I'm making money, I'm making 1,000. So if I take 9 winners, I make 9K. If I get one loser, I lose 10K. Net, I'm still minus 1K. So can you see that 90% hit rate has no meaning? Because at the end of it, I was still losing money. But let's imagine if I am doing something like this, that I'm taking a risk of 10,000 to make 20,000. Right, which means a reward to risk ratio of 2:1. Now I can be right 50% of the times and still I can be a profitable trader. I can be right 40% of the times, still I can be a profitable trader. So the first key thing we need to understand is not the hit rate. If you're running behind the hit rate, that's always the wrong train you're trying to catch. You should always running behind the reward to risk ratios. But yes, now coming back to what can be the hit rate with this methodology? With time and experience, maintaining close to 60% is not a challenge, can be easily done. But yes, like I said, even if you have a 40% hit rate, if you are planning for good rewards with less risk, you can be a profitable trader even with a 40% hit rate. But yes, maintaining close to 60% should not be a challenge. Where is the chat box? So like I answered that sometime back that you're typing in the chat box itself. My question, whenever we have 10 odd enhancer score, we should go with entry 1, but also SL got hunted. I'm having these kind of problems. See, the first thing is, this is again something which I talk very, very frequently during my Q&A sessions, because that's a very common question which I get. See, the problem here is that it's the psychology we have. So what do I mean by the psychology which we have? If you look at it from being a kid till today as an adult, whatever we have learned, everything has been based on constants. Now, what do I mean by everything has been based on constants? You take two chemicals, A and B, you mix it in the same ratio, it will always be the same chemical reaction and you'll always get the same result. You take two colors, A and B, you mix it in the same ratio, you will always get the same third color. You take same ingredients, A, B, C, right? Mix it in the same ratio, cook it the same way, you will always get the same recipe. But what happens with trading is we take the same inputs, A plus B plus C, right? But the output is not always exactly the same, right? So this is where, we have been learning everything based on constants, but this is where the shift changes from looking at it as constant versus looking at it as probability. Now, what do we mean by probability? That yes, when the inputs are the same, the output would be the same in majority of the cases, but not in every case, right? You're getting my point. So that is where we have to shift our thinking in, not in terms of constant, but in terms of probability. That if your inputs are the same, the output would be the same in majority of the cases, but not in each and every case. And yes, if it is happening to you in almost every case, then probably something is wrong with your approach, which is where you need to rectify that. But otherwise, it should not be happening in each and every case. If it is happening in each and every case, something is wrong with the process you're following. If you're following the process correctly, then it should not be a very big deal. Okay, so next thing is default settings for explosive and boring candles. So again, anything which is less than 50% body, in fact, once you go through the course, you will be understanding it. So just to talk about it very, very quickly, any candle with the body less than 50% is called as a boring candle. Explosive candle, any candle which is much bigger than the average candle size, we call it as the explosive candle. That is how it is. Do we need explosive candle for leg out, or we can have exciting candles which is not explosive? See again, Nirav Shah, right? So what I'll say is, see, this completely depends. Again, every trader has their own personality style. Some people are aggressive, some people are conservative. So if you are only looking for explosive moves, you're being conservative. You're trying to find the best levels. If you're only looking for some exciting candles, you're being aggressive, right? Because now you're not picking something which would be showing you a little extra quality. You're picking something which can be a little lesser in quality. So it is again acceptable. It completely depends upon your trade plan. But yes, if it is an explosive move, you definitely have probably a better setup versus something where you don't have an explosive move. So will the POS students get pre-recorded sessions for 2 years? No. With POS, you do not get access to the recorded sessions. With POS, you only get access to the basic lessons and the advanced lessons during your subscription period, which is going to be the 7 days. So within those 7 days, you have to complete your basic and the advanced lessons. You do not get access to the pre-recorded lessons. No live sessions, no Q&A sessions included. Yes, you can separately register for the Q&A session and can join in. POS is simply your basic and the advanced lessons. All right. And is the video available 7 days even for POS Plus and POS? See, if you talk about the basic lessons and the advanced lessons for POS, yes, you have access only for 7 days. But the basic lessons and the advanced lesson for POS Plus members, it's during your subscription period. If it is 60 days, you get for the complete 60 days. If it is 30 days, you get for the complete 30 days. Is the Telegram channel forever? Absolutely, yes. That is also what I started with, that once you join the channel, you are part of that channel forever. And those pre-recorded lessons, is it even for 7 days? I mean, we have to access all 3 hours video and pre-recorded sessions. Is it accessible for see, the first thing what I said is for POS members, you don't get access to the pre-recorded lessons. The recorded lessons. These recorded sessions, right? So the ones which we have already done in the last 2 years. You don't get access to these recorded sessions as a POS Plus member. As a POS member, as a POS Plus member, yes, you get access to all these recordings throughout your subscription period, which can be 30 days or it can be 60 days. I've got 4 questions, please. Okay, so I've just answered all your questions. Let's see. Probability should be also be looked into. Yes. So what happens is some people, they just look at, when it comes to doing the analysis, they only look at the zones based on the quality. But what I've done is I have modified the methodology based on my experience. When we look into these trading ideas, we just don't look into the quality factor. We look at quality as well as probability factor, and that is how we decide whether we want to take that trade or we don't want to take that trade. Please throw some light on gaps. So Amit, we do not go into the understanding of the methodology in these sessions. These sessions is where we just touch the surface. In our courses, we go more in depth into all these things. So probably I'll see if I can do a session on gaps, maybe trying to keep it very subtle. I'll try to do that. But today we are almost getting close to the end of the hour. So today it's not going to be possible. 1 hour is demand and supply zone is good. 1 hour. Okay, so you're saying that if a demand or supply zone is on a 1 hour chart, is it good? Is that what you mean, Vicky? And if you have a demand zone or a supply zone on an hourly chart, is that good? Okay, let me get your reply to this query first, then I'll answer this question. I know there is a lag between the chat and the stream, so I'll just wait for your reply. So do you mean that if you have a demand zone or a supply zone and an hourly chart, is it good? Is that what your query is? 5 minutes chart. Okay, so I'm not able to get your question. First you said 1 hour is demand and supply zone is good, and now you're saying 5 minutes charts. If you can probably rephrase your question so that I can understand it better, I'll help you with that. By the time, let me see to the next question. Which moving average is to be considered for trend identification in DIT and WIT? So Amit, the fact is we don't use any indicators, oscillators, when it comes to our methodology. Our methodology is purely based on demand and supply. We don't use any of the indicators. Again, I'll also talk about That, see, again, there are no magic numbers in the trading industry that, you use this number, this is the best number to have the best result. It's not going to happen. So all you need to do is whatever is convenient to you, just use that. If you get the results, good enough. If you don't get the results, try to do it with a different number. But otherwise, there are no magic numbers, right? But we don't use any indicators, we don't use any moving averages, we don't use all those things. 5 minutes chart, good for 1 hour. See, I'm still not able to understand what you mean by is a 5-minute chart good for 1 hour. Right? So what do you mean by that? I'm actually not able to get your query. Right? So I really apologize on that. So if you can just put the complete question so that I can understand it a little better, because 5-minute chart good for 1 hour. So do you mean that is a 5-minute demand zone or a supply zone good for 1 hour? 5-minute chart good for 1 hour. I'm not able to understand that. All right, perfect. So I guess we are almost at the end of the hour. That is where we'll end the session. And yes, I just talked about all the resources which are available. Okay, so in Chart Ink scanners, you have provided we should turn off number 3 scan for more scripts. Yes, that can be done. So there are few options available. So if you don't see a very big list of scripts, at times when you do the scan, it might not show you even a single script. You can always disable the third option and rescan it. You will get more number of scripts that can be done. Which time frame is better to trade for demand, DD and SS? Lower time frames like so DD, by DDSS you mean demand zones and supply zones? DD, I'm not able to get that. Supply zone should also be SZ. See, the first thing is which time frame is better? It's almost like asking a question, what is more important in a car? Is it the engine? Is it the steering wheel? Is it the seat? Is it the petrol? Is it the tires? Is it the air in the tires? Can you see everything has its own importance? So similarly, when we are doing the analysis, we are not doing analysis just based on one single factor. We are doing the analysis by looking at n number of factors. And when everything falls into place, that is the time we take that trade. So it cannot be just based on one single thing that it's a 15-minute chart or it is a 60-minute chart. I can use that demand area or supply area. It has to match with everything which is in my trade plan, where we look at a lot of factors, not one single factor. Or one should go with daily. See, again, what I'll say is, yes, if you just talk about touching the surface, the bigger the time frame, the higher the weightage, right? But that does not mean just because it's a daily time frame zone, it will always work, or just because it is a 15 minutes time zone, it will always get violated. As long as it is in sync with the complete trade plan, even if it is a 1-minute zone, you can use it, right? Nothing wrong with that. Right. In 30 days, enough to complete archive section about 200 videos. See, Omkar, again, if you feel that it's not enough, you can go for the 60-day subscription. But the fact is, if you are doing your homework, if you are attending the sessions live, and even if you don't go through all 200 videos, even if you go through, let's say, 25% of it, right? So 25% of it can be, let's say, maybe 20, 30 videos, maybe just the Q&A sessions. You will see probably all your questions would be answered. But yes, if you want to go through more number of videos, yes, you can opt in for the 60-day subscription, right? You do have the option for it. All right, so that brings us to the end of today's session. Thank you so much for joining in. Next session, we'll definitely again start getting into looking at some zones, because the last 2 sessions last time I did was on the trade plan. This time I had to do it on this one. The reason is, one, because on TradingView, can you see the things changed, the way you access the indicator. So I wanted to cover that. And because of the questions which I got, I also wanted to touch upon all these resources which are available, how you can use them. So make sure you people take advantage of all these resources available. And again, thank you so much for joining in. I'll see you next Sunday. Till then, trade safe, enjoy your weekend. In fact, Monday is the market is also off, so you can enjoy a little extended weekend. So take care. I'll see you next Sunday. Bye-bye.